Heat Lightning by Robert Carroll. Heat Lightning is a melodrama with all the ingredients of a good thriller. A frightened young woman running from a killer, a lonely spot, a dark and stormy night. The play opens on a shrill note of terror which doesn't let up until the curtain falls. As you read, let your imagination bring the play to life in the theater of your mind. That way you will see the dimly lit bus station, hear the storm outside, and glimpse through a dark window the brilliant flashes of lightning. The drab interior of a bus station along a deserted highway somewhere in the Midwest. There are two benches, stage right, back to back. One faces the audience and one faces the rear wall. A door up center leads out onto the road. It has a single glass pane at the top and the bottom is wooden. Two doors, up left and down left. Up left door reads men, down left door reads women. The room is lighted by an overhanging light with a dull green shade. A large bus schedule on the wall up right center. A window is up right center and another at right. The sound of heavy rain can be heard outside. Lightning flashes outside and thunder. With each flash of lightning, the light in the room dims almost to the point of going out, but somehow feebly struggles back to its full strength. When the curtain rises, the stage is bare. Then a man enters from the men's room. He's a pleasant-looking man of about 35. He takes off his hat and shakes the water from it, puts it on a bench downstage. He glances up at the door up center, moves to it and peers out the glass, turns and moves to the schedule on the wall and reads it. He then moves downstage and sits on the bench facing the audience. He picks up a discarded newspaper that lies on the seat beside him. He glances back at the door, then turns his attention once more to the paper and begins going through it casually. The door up center suddenly bursts open and a girl of about 23 rushes into the room. She's sobbing and is out of breath. She throws her body against the door, slamming it. The man turns about quickly. She throws the bolt into place and turns slowly, seeing the man. The girl's clothes are wet and muddy. Her hair is disheveled. She sobs and rushes to the man quickly.
Thank goodness you're here. Oh, thank goodness.
She almost falls and the man catches her.
My dear, what is this?
Help me. Oh, please, please help me.
My world, you're in a terrible state. What has happened?
Don't let him in. Please, he's after me. Don't let him in.
Who's after you?
He'll be here in a minute. Please, help me.
The girl looks to the center door. The lightning flashes and the light dims slowly. The girl looks at the light and begins sobbing.
Please, my dear, try to tell me what happened. You've locked the door. No one can come in. Now try to calm yourself.
You're waiting for the bus, aren't you? Oh, please don't leave me.
Yeah, my dear. Of course I won't leave you.
The bus. What time? Oh, tell me it'll be here soon.
The last one's due any time now. The storm has probably settled down. Now listen to me. I shall do whatever I can for you. But you must tell me what has happened.
Yes, I must get a hold of myself.
Here, sit down.
He brings her down to the bench facing the audience.
There now. That's better, isn't it? Now,
I was at a party. I could have stayed all night with a friend, but I thought I had enough gas to get home.
where do you live?
About 8 miles from here.
I see.
About a mile from here, I suppose. I don't really know. I ran out of gas. I took my flashlight and locked the car and started walking down the road. There were so few cars this time of the morning, but I thought anyway. I knew I could get back to the bus when it came along, and then go back for the car later.
She breaks off and glances at the door again. She shudders at her own thoughts.
Come on now. You were doing fine.
I must have walked, I don't know, just a little way, when I noticed the car pulled off into a lane. I saw the rear light burning. I wanted to call for them. I thought I'd just call out to them and ask if they could help me, if they might let me have some gas.
Did you?
No, I didn't get the chance to. I walked near enough to the car to be heard if I called, but before I called out, I saw someone. The front door of the car was open, and someone was standing by it. A man. He hadn't heard me. He was pulling something out of the car. I couldn't tell what it was at first. And then the lightning, and I saw her hand, and then her head, and her hair was light and long. It was dragged in the mud.
This is dreadful.
He'll be here. He'll be here. Oh, I'm scared.
Did he see you?
Maybe my flashlight. Maybe I screamed. I don't know. I don't think I screamed. I was too scared. He looked up and I knew he saw me. I dropped the flashlight and started running. I could hear him behind me. I could hear the water splashing under his feet as he ran. I knew he was behind me. I was afraid I was going to faint. I ran crazy like all over the road. Then I ran off the road and into the woods. I circled around and around hoping I'd lose him, but I kept hearing something behind me. I ran until I fell and I knew there was no use. I couldn't keep it up. But then I realized I must have lost him because I didn't hear him anymore.
You came straight here then?
Yes. Yes, oh, he's still out there somewhere. He'll be here. I know he will.
The bus will be here soon, and you'll be all right.
Yes. Oh, please let it come quickly.
You'll have to get to the police immediately.
No, I couldn't. I don't want to. I'm afraid.
But you must. It's your duty. This is a dreadful thing.
I know, but what could I tell them?
Tell them what you told me just now.
That wouldn't be enough. They'd want me to describe him, maybe identify him. I just couldn't.
Are you sure you couldn't think of something that might give him a lead and for anything?
I don't even know what he looked like. I couldn't see him very well. I was so frightened.
Nevertheless, you've got to go to the police.
I don't know.
They'll ask you a lot of questions, of course, but I'm sure you can answer most of them. And after you tell them the story, the way you told it to me, there will be routine questions, but they'll be simple. They'll probably ask you something like, was he wearing a hat? How was he dressed?
I don't even know that.
Or was he tall? Was he short? How would you describe him generally?
I don't know. I swear. I just don't know.
In the lightning, are you sure you didn't see his face at all?
I don't remember. Maybe he was wearing a hat or something. I don't remember seeing his face.
But you saw the girl.
No, I didn't.
But you said her hair was light, and you saw her hair.
Yes, I did. In the lightning. I think, yes.
But you don't remember seeing him.
No, I don't.
She begins sobbing.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be going on like this. You are much too upset to even think anymore about it. Don't worry about it anymore. Something will come to you later that you've forgotten about right now. You'll see.
Perhaps.
Your flashlight, for instance. You could identify that, couldn't you?
Yes, but
There, you see. Now look.
Points to women's room.
Go in there and try your eyes and fix yourself up. You'll feel much better.
you won't leave, will you?
Of course not, my dear. I'll be there. I'll be here.
She moves toward the door up left. There is a brilliant flash of lightning. The light begins to dim. The girl looks toward the center door. There's a second flash of lightning illuminating the center door. The girl screams, "Ah!" In the flash of lightning, a man's face can be seen pressed against the glass outside the door. The door rattles viciously. The light in the room has almost dimmed out, pushing her towards the women's room.
Stay until I tell you to come out.
The man pushes her into the room quickly. Outside the door, rattles the door viciously once more.
Let me in. Open this door. Let me in.
What do you want?
I want to get out of this store. What do you think I want? What is the idea of locking this door? You think you own this place?
The man goes to the door quickly, throws back the bolt, and the second man enters quickly. He's a nondescript sort of person. Tall, nice-looking, and about 30 years of age. He looks about the room as he enters.
You have no right to lock this door, keeping people outside of this kind of weather.
The second man moves up to the schedule on the wall.
Has there been a bus?
No, not yet.
Late. Huh, good.
Why?
wide. I'd miss it if it were on time, wouldn't I?
Yes, of course. How stupid of me.
There's someone else here, isn't there?
What do you mean?
I saw somebody else when I looked in.
There.
A girl, wasn't it?
The two men look at each other a moment. Then the first man walks to the door where the girl has gone and knocks on it. The door opens slowly and the girl enters. When she sees the second man standing in the room, she starts to cry out, but the man puts his finger to his lip, conveying silence to her, and then guides her downstage to the bench.
I thought you said
I didn't say anything.
you tried to tell me there was no one else here. I thought you said there was.
Did you?
Yeah, I sure there was. What is the idea of lying?
I wasn't conscious of lying about anything.
Yeah, I guess I'm imagining things. Oh well, forget it. How far are you going?
Just into town.
How about you, miss?
Not far.
The second man starts moving down toward the girl. She sees him coming and moves over to the wall, appearing to read the schedule.
It's pretty late, isn't it? I was in luck, don't you think? I told that our friend here, but he didn't get it.
To first man.
I'll bet she's smarter than you are.
Yes, I suppose she might be.
Noticing the girl's nervousness.
Say, you look pretty nervous about something. Storm upset your plans? You can't expect storms to blow up buses. If people were smart, they wouldn't be out at night like this. Just try to get somewhere where it storms. Can't be done. Especially if you're in a hurry.
I'm in no particular hurry.
Well, I sure am. But there's nothing I can do about it.
There's another flash of lightning, and the light dims very low again. The girl is pressed against the right window in fear. The light recovers.
Say, you look upset, aren't you? Has somebody been bothering you?
The second man moves toward her again.
It's just the storm.
Afraid of storms?
Yes, I am.
The girl seems as if she's about to faint. The first man pushes ahead of the second man and takes her by the arm and leads her down to the bench.
She'll be all right. Why don't you leave her alone?
Yeah, sure.
He moves away, watching the girl. There's another brilliant flash of lightning and a crack of thunder. The light dims slowly and slowly goes out. The girl lets out a muffled cry.
Here, have a cigarette, my dear.
The man strikes a match, lights her cigarette and his. The second man pushes his head between them.
Don't mind 3 on a match, don't you?
No, of course not.
Gives him a light. The light comes up slowly.
Thanks.
He strolls up toward the center door.
What a night. Anyways, wonder what brings people out on nights like this. Wouldn't catch me out if it weren't pretty important.
To man.
How about you?
I have early business in town.
To girl.
And you?
I was visiting with friends. I should have stayed the night.
Oh, you're not together then.
No.
I see.
He moves down toward the girl.
How far did you say you were going?
Not far, about 8 miles.
The second man sits beside her and she moves away suspiciously.
I never saw anybody so afraid of a storm.
It's the lightning.
Lightning used to be lightning. I used to be afraid of it when I was a kid, but I got over it, all by myself too.
He takes the girl's arm.
Look, come here, I'll show you.
He leads her up to the window, rear right.
Watch the sky. The next time there's a big flash. One of the really beautiful sights in this world if you look at it right. Like a great big 4th of July.
There is now another brilliant flash of lightning.
Look, see, what did I tell you? It's just like there was a whole planet of the whole world too.
The girl breaks away and goes right.
Wouldn't you even watch it? You'll never get over being afraid of things if you don't face them.
I can't.
There's the hum of a motor in the distance. They all listen. The second man goes to the window.
I guess that's it. Yep, looks empty.
Empty?
There's the sound of brakes being applied. Each waits for the other to make the first move.
Well, are we going?
No.
What?
I'm not going.
Why?
I don't see that I have to give you a reason for what I did.
No, I guess you don't have to do that.
He looks at the girl, then moves to her, reaching for her arm.
Well, in that case, I guess we'll just keep each other company, won't we?
The girl is stunned. She looks to the first man, who stands behind the second man. The first man shakes his head no. There's the sound of a horn outside. Toot, toot. Backing away from the second man.
No, I don't need to go. I'll leave.
I think you better come on. We have it all to ourselves.
No, I won't. Leave me alone. I'm gonna stay here with him.
Looks from one to the other.
I get it. Waiting for a bus.
He laughs.
No wonder you had the doors locked.
The second man exits laughing. The girl rushes after him, slamming the door and throwing the bolt once more. She listens to the sound of the bus pulling away. Then she turns quickly to the man.
Thank goodness.
I tried to tell him you weren't here.
But you got him in. Why?
He was making such a disturbance out there. Besides, there was really no way to tell for certain that.
No, he's gone. I guess it wasn't. No, I somehow don't think it was.
You don't think it was he?
No, I don't.
You remember something then?
I seem. No.
Yes, you did. You know that wasn't the man. Why? That's a step to remembering.
No, only that he left. He left.
Yes, you did. I knew it would come back slowly. That you'd remember something.
No.
First, you would say that wasn't the man because I remember, and then later, that was the man. That was the man because I remember. Yes, you would remember.
No.
There's another brilliant flash of lightning, and the light begins to dim.
No, Bill Gunn. No.
Don't worry, my dear. You'll have light.
He has taken a flashlight from his coat pocket. The girl stares at it as the lightning crashes again, and the already very dim light dies completely. The piercing light of the flashlight is the only light in the room. The girl runs up to the center door and pulls at it. She doesn't have time to throw the bolt before the man is almost on her. The light plays crazily over her. She runs right and the light follows, jumping its crazy pattern about her. She runs downstage, but she can't escape it. She runs up left and is pressed to the center, facing the man as he approaches. She gropes wildly about the wall. The light dances about her face, blinding her as he comes nearer and nearer. She shuts her eyes against the brightness. She screams terribly as the curtain falls. All right, guys. All right, great job. And it only took us 25 minutes, so perfect. I'll edit out the little boo-boos and have a good day. Teresa, I saw you yesterday. Melina, I think I saw you all yesterday, right? Or Melina,
Yeah.
do I see you today?
No.
Anyway.
Yeah, you saw me yesterday.
Okay. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.